brothers. Get your sexy ass in here. And so I got the question.
Are we going?
I got the question.
Just in general?
Oh, really?
Sure. Now, we've all understood that we need communications in case there is
An abject lack of communications.
that cell towers go down, radios go down, all of the goes down.
Yeah, for me to talk to you, I got to talk to him, and he's got a relay.
Yeah, and that's
Is that?
But, I mean,
I can't get to a repeater that'll get me to him. I can only get to you because I live in a hole.
but we've got. I mean, we're using these Baofengs, UVR5s, whatever they are.
Fang.
Now, they are both. They do all the frequencies. They do the ham frequencies. They do the GmRS frequencies. And,
FM.
FM.
NOAA.
They do all the frequencies. I mean, what is the scenario where you guys feel that these are going to be really beneficial to us?
Any comms out? Well, actually, the use case that comes to mind immediately is something where the infrastructure's been devastated by something like a hurricane, which we know is possible, especially in this area because it's happened 3 times already. Comes all the way up the coastal plain, camps out, knocks out terrestrial stuff. So, which in that case, it could impact a repeater too if it takes out a tower.
Yeah, these things are good. What radio to radio? What are they good for? About
30 miles, give or take. With
line of sight.
But that's line of sight.
Line of sight with these type or your type antenna. Oh, wiggle. I can't do that. If I bend mine like that, it breaks. So yours has Peronis.
But with
yes, my other one has that antenna on it. Yeah.
with tall buildings, tall trees, things of that nature, that really inhibits
Yes.
their ability.
Trees are remarkably, I was surprised. The leaves actually screw up the radio signal.
Leaves. So, I mean, honestly,
Chlorophyll and oxygen.
they're probably good, radio to radio. I mean, you have 8 watts.
Yes.
I've got 5 watts. Right?
Well, that's a roll of the genetic dice.
Well, no, you just paid. You got a better product than I did. I should have got the 8 watts, and somehow I wound up with the 5 watts. But anyway, I digress.
Isn't
But
it just
you
a
can
battery?
still get to a repeater, and you can get to him.
That's correct.
And you are farther from him than I am.
You can just change the battery, right? Is that
not
what it...
not on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the body is not made for the
extended
big
Oh,
battery.
okay.
So I mean, it's
Okay.
Yeah. Hold yours up next to mine.
If I had a nickel.
See there. Anyway.
Okay.
So I
Every
mean, radio
time, Daddy,
radio
just
to
every
radio,
time.
we're looking at 2 to 4 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Functional use.
And
Well,
these
unless
are dual
we're-
purpose. They'll do also ham frequencies and scanner frequencies, and they'll do all this stuff. But I mean, the significance of having them in our situations, understanding what's going on in the world today, why would you want
It's a good alternative.
a communication source such as this?
Well, the only thing better is not the right word. The only thing different would be to get a POTS line, a plain old telephone system. Because that one doesn't really require power. The telephone generates the electricity that it uses. So Yes.
When the SHTF,
Sheet
none
he's
of this,
defames.
none of this works, right?
Well,
right.
if they dump an EMP, none of this is going to.
And
None of
then,
it's gonna work.
And then all we've got.
Not unless you got it in
This
a.
will work also.
Not unless you got it in a bag. Well, and I've even told.
If
I've
it's
been
turned
told
on with a battery in it, and
If it's turned off,
you won't.
it's fine. It won't.
It's
it'll
fine.
be fine.
Okay.
but are they that it has to be off?
Off, turned off like this. With this.
There's
switch
soft
like
off and hard off.
this. Off. Hard off.
You got a hard off.
You're gonna help me there. You're gonna have to help me.
Hard off means just disconnect the compute component. The chips are physically gapped from the battery power, so it's off. It's hard off.
Well, and maybe my understanding
Couldn't you just
is incorrect.
Okay.
The only reason that this could be affected is if it is in a base unit charging it.
Correct.
Because when you get an EMP, if this was just laying out here on the
If it was
counter,
off by itself, it
wouldn't
may
really
not
be affected.
Yeah, it may not be.
But if
affected.
it's plugged in, if it's sitting there in the cradle, and that EMP hits and it hits the grid, right?
it'll go.
It will get to the radio and
Yeah,
destroy
but
the radio.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that because I looked at some the surge protectors for like a vehicle, and what it does is a surge protector is in between the vehicle and the battery.
It
So
puts
what
like a little Faraday cage around the battery.
Basically, it's basically that once it hits that surge protector because it's going to go through the battery. So I'm wondering if that battery needs to be if
now,
it's charged, and you can take it, you can take the two apart and just keep it in a bag, and when the shit hits the fan, wait, put it together, and then you're going.
So if let's just say hypothetically, we take my truck, which is 85 to 90% electronic,
Right.
and it's never off. It's always waiting for some kind of signal to do something. And we have right beside it, say we're out in West Texas, and we got a Willis Jeep right beside it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the battery's disconnected on the Willis Jeep, and an EMP could land on top of it, and it's still not doing anything if you reconnected it.
Because there's no
there's no
electronics.
controls. There's minimal electronics.
Because you're only talking points and distributor and carburation.
Right. You're not. The EMP is not going to affect that. Whereas my truck is computer controlled.
And even mine, because I looked at them. You know, I got the 04 F350, so it's like, you know, I have to have something between the battery and the FICA, which is the fuel injection control module. So something's got to be between the two to isolate it, and that's where that surge protector would go.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the things I'm understanding is that if you've got
He's got a sexy radio voice, doesn't he?
something that's really just
It really does.
It's calming
more
down.
electronic,
It's very calm.
right? That's where you're going to have more of your problems than
Absolutely.
versus you know, just a basic like a contact, a switch.
Yeah.
Versus an electronic device.
So I did buy, I don't know where it's at. I think it's in my truck. That's at the shop. But I bought
That would be fucked. This would be fucked.
So I bought a Faraday bag.
yeah.
It's just a Velcro. And it's like yay big. You can put your cell phone and stuff in it, and it'd be fine. But the thing is, you have to, in order to it to be effective, you got to know if once it hits or once you know, you have to immediately put it in there. Otherwise, you're fucked, or you're gonna have a spare sitting in that bag.
But here's the thing, though. So okay, you've got your cell phone. You put it in your
Towers are all
Faraday
dead.
bag, right?
They're not gonna.
And,
It's not
and
gonna,
the grid
it's
is completely down.
It's useless.
Then what's the point? Why?
Well,
Why
now
even
this-
worry?
If you
Th-
have push to
that's-
talk, if you have
But-
PTT on one of those where it has an actual RF radio in it, then you're not completely fucked.
How many of those did your phone have that?
Mine
the
doesn't.
Blackberries used
Does your phone have that?
to. No, my
Okay,
model does
You
not.
do not
So
have
it's-
a phone that has PTT.
No, I do not.
So-
Neither do I.
Okay, so we have this, or there's the CB radio, which is
This is better than the CB. Way better.
So how is this better than the CB?
Because this operates on multi frequencies. The CB radio
Only operates on the CB
on a
band.
very
Right.
narrow band.
Right.
This Bao Fong, Bu Fwang, Ba Blufa,
Fang for fang,
UV5R, whatever,
The butt
operates
fuck.
on.
Butt fuck.
Yeah. It operates on all of the frequencies.
Okay.
Now,
It operates on all
Granted.
of them.
granted, you are not allowed to use it if you do not
should
have.
do audiobooks.
You are not allowed to use it if you do not have a ham radio license. It is illegal to turn it on, and it's off right now. Just FYI. You can't communicate on it without a license.
You can listen to it all
transmit.
day long.
Literally,
You can
legally.
You can.
You can listen to
You
it.
can listen, but you're not
You
supposed
can-
to
You
talk.
can't push this little button on the side that says
Button.
go button.
You cannot
And
touch
it's
his
turned
button.
off. This radio is off. So if
I turn mine on,
if I push the little button, it doesn't
You're
do anything. I'm not breaking any of the laws. Just saying.
Well, we all have our license, so
GmRS.
yes.
yeah.
This is not legal to use GmRS.
We have our license.
It is not legal to
I
use
heard you
this
the first time.
Baofeng UV5R
Your butt
because
fuck
it
UV5R.
is a ham. It has ham frequencies available to it.
Okay, and we have our ham licenses.
No, we do not. We have our
You
GmRS.
dumb son of a- yes.
You're gonna lose. I'm not gonna go there.
You're gonna have to edit this out because we're gonna fuck ourselves if we put this on YouTube.
Don't. No, you're not. Don't push the talk button. It's not illegal to have.
Edit that.
No,
piece
listen
out.
to me. Listen to me. I'm
I'm
not
not
editing.
arguing with-
I'm not editing shiitake. My radio is off. I'm not using it at all. Okay, I can turn it on and listen to whatever I want, which is that's all we do. You'll have to prove us wrong. All that we do is turn them on and listen. We don't push the button and talk on them because it's against the FCC regulations to talk on these radios without a ham license.
So back to your original questions. What are these? Why do we have these?
Yeah, the question is,
and
so
when the shit hits
so
the
when
fan,
the SHTF, what these are good for, at that point there will be a situation of emergency, which, under duress, you can use these radios for whatever you need to use them for.
And you
Right.
can listen for all the public announcements and all the law
Exactly. You
enforcement
can
stuff.
listen to all the stuff, and you can talk on them
right.
under the SHTF situation.
Providing we're close enough to be able to talk to each other.
Correct.
or to anybody
So,
at that house.
so anyway,
And
that's
the-
why
and
we
the-
don't got to edit
to
anything
circle
out
back to our-
making
yes, we
that
do.
statement. No, I'm not going to do it.
So
Make
what?
the quack sound, man.
So here's the thing: it's like we want to communicate with each other,
Right.
okay?
Well,
Hold on.
road-
I'm
okay.
talking. So if the EMP hits, is the what is it? The repeater going to be affected by that?
Yes.
Because if so,
Yes.
then which
Yeah,
this
it's higher
is only,
in the air and it's on a tower.
and this this here is only good for that 2.5 to 3 mile range
Correct.
within proximity.
Correct.
So
Correct. If the repeater towers go out, it's pretty much worthless. Now I don't know how well.
with the
No, it's
exception
not
of listening
worthless.
To the
it's only going to be worthless if you're not within proximity with somebody.
correct.
listening to the first responder bands on this, road closures, massive wrecks,
If
that
the-
kind of stuff.
Now
Right,
that's
right.
providing that they're
That
they're
you'll
not
be able to
affected.
hear that. That's
No.
the
Right.
same way you'd be able to hear the NOAA radios.
Right.
and not unless they
Correct.
they're got the protection in place.
They do. Those
They do.
bands. Those bands.
They do.
They do. Those radios, I guarantee you, are shielded.
Okay, I mean,
Again, these are the questions, and I guess what I'm basically
Now
saying.
take your pants off,
I
Daddy.
guess what I'm basically saying is,
See, he's got a nice modulated voice. I'm mildly
You-
aroused.
he's always mildly aroused. What I'm saying is everyone needs something comparable to this. I mean, this is the UV5R, the Baofeng UV5R. It does both ham and
This
GmrS
is
and
sponsored by if you
all the
can't
other
talk,
stuff.
You can't fight.
I wish somebody would sponsor me. If they did, they would be happy. But anyway, in an SHTF situation, please have
Squirrels hit the fan.
some sort of ability
Snakes.
to listen or communicate. Now, again, this little radio right here, it's just a little 5-watt. It only has so many FARs that it can reach out to. But that is way more than your defunct cell phone is going to be when
And the battery lasts longer in these two nanometers.
Yes.
they last a lot longer. But
And you can text with these
and you
too.
can text with these too. So
Like you're on a
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
but
you can.
He's Tommy says
You can text with it.
and he's bigger than me. So
That part is irrelevant. The rest of it is you're texting like you're on a flip phone.
anyway, all I'm saying is I would highly recommend, and these are very inexpensive. This is what, $20-$30
Yeah.
for this radio antenna, yada yada yada. You need some way to communicate when your cell phones don't communicate. And you may not be able to communicate across country, but
couple
you
of
can at
fucking
least communicate
10-year-olds.
within the county. You can at least listen in on them. If somebody else is having a conversation, you'll be able to hear it. If your first responders are out there talking about stuff that's going on in your community, you'll be able to listen to it. So the Baofeng UV5R is a great option. It's inexpensive.
And for those wondering, Midland was purchased by Baofeng, so these are originally Midland radios.
And in case anybody cares, the USA does not make shit
Anymore.
for radios. Anything you buy radio-wise,
Chinky.
it's going to be freaking Chinese. So if you got a problem with that,
Seek your counsel.
you know,
It's an episode,
be
Smoke
one of the
Signals.
people. Be part of the people that disappear. Right?
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You don't want to be part of the solution. Be part of the compost. That's all I have to say.
That would be a way to put it.
Yeah.
That's not inaccurate.
I'm just saying, my plants got to eat.
When's the
too.
last time
They
you seen
might
a
as well
zombie
eat
working a
some
radio?
dumbass.
I'm
That's
not
my
an
zombie
animal,
impersonation.
Other than the whiny part. So you're an emo zombie?
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Anybody else?
Just it's a good way to stay in touch, especially because when that
Especially when you
shit
go
hits
places.
when that shit hits a fan, or even
SHTF.
here it doesn't even have to be that. If you have it with you, and it's like just being someplace and hearing what the weather's going on, you're going to hear it's going to cycle over and over and over. You're not going to hear that on your radio. You're not going to get that on your cell phone it's going to be
Did you just lick your phone?
It's
No.
going to be
do you want me?
specific
No.
to your area that you're in. You know, I encourage. I'm with Mr. Dwayne here.
Just saying.
He's sodomizing his phone.
I highly recommend you have a communication device that you can sodomize. If you don't, you're just screwed yourself. So,
It's a self-licking lollipop.
Reed Brothers.
Ba-dang, ba-dang, ba-dang. Pew, 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 pew.
Reed Brothers.